Since I last held a seat on this committee over 10 years ago, our country has undergone some of its most turbulent years, from attacks on our democracy to increasing gun violence, including 4 mass shootings in my home state of California in just the last week, to continuing acts of racial injustice. Many of the issues that Americans are most concerned about fall within this committee's jurisdiction. But instead of tackling those concerns or joining Democrats in a comprehensive immigration reform, many Republicans in Congress seem intent on demonizing migrant families and asylum seekers, portraying them as fentanyl traffickers and violent criminals. In the real world, asylum seekers are vulnerable individuals and families fleeing political persecution and torture. And these terrible stereotypes that my Republican colleagues are peddling have real-world consequences and bring real-world harm as they increase the level of hate and violence directed at immigrants here at home.
Saying that, I wish somebody in Democratic leadership would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
I watched something today that made me sit up straight. A congressional hearing, yeah, one of those sessions that usually puts you to sleep, suddenly turned into a full-blown showdown, and right at the center, former ICE Director Tom Homan. Now, Homan wasn't there to smooth things over or play politics. Nope. He came in loaded with facts, with fire, and with one line that basically stopped the room. "You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a constituent." Then a Democratic lawmaker starts going in, accusing ICE of being cruel, of being inhumane, basically painting them as the villain in the story. But Homan? He leans forward and you can just feel it. He's not letting it slide. The lawmaker tries to cut him off, but Homan shoots back, voice rising. "You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a constituent." The room just freezes. For a split second, everyone's stunned. Then chaos. Lawmakers get defensive, the media swarms, but Homan stands his ground. He isn't just defending ICE, he's reminding every politician in that room who they actually serve. And you know what? People watching from home, they were cheering. After the dust settled, Homan doubled down.
"You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me."
The witness will suspend. Thank you. And with that, we do conclude today's hearing. I would like to say that the truth is our country is far too reliant on the incarceration of immigrants. The beneficiaries are for-profit prison companies, but we do have sensible, humane, cost-effective solutions that would be provided under my bill, the Dignity for Detained Immigrants Act. And I do think it's unfortunate, I'll just say before we conclude, that I do think that it's unfortunate.
Is the committee over, or is it a time for another 5-minute round?
No, it's not a time for another 5 minutes.
Then it's time to adjourn the committee, Madam Chair.
Grant, I just said to the ranking member of the subcommittee that I was going to make one brief statement.
But as the ranking member of the committee, I'm calling a point of order and saying it's time to end this committee.
Okay. Well, I would like to say that I hope that witnesses called by the minority in the future respect the authority of the committee.
I wish the committee chair right now would recognize the fact that she's supposed to be calling this committee. There's not 5 minutes extra.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. I would once again like to thank the panel of witnesses, and particularly those who traveled far away to be with us today. Without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days to submit additional written questions for the witness or additional materials for the record. Without objection, the hearing is adjourned.
He defended the men and women of ICE, calling out the hypocrisy. Congress writes the laws, ICE enforces them, but somehow it's the agents who get shamed. He didn't make it about left or right, he made it about respect. for law enforcement, for the rule of law, and for the taxpayers footing the bill. He asked the tough question, why blame the agents for laws you voted for? Why shame the people following your rules? Of course, the media spun it every which way. Some called him aggressive, others tried to paint him as the bad guy, but millions of people saw through that noise. They heard what he was actually saying. He wasn't refusing accountability, he was demanding it from the people in charge. So, if you're tired of seeing folks like Homan get dragged for speaking truth, if you believe government should answer to us, not the other way around, hit that subscribe button. What happened in that hearing was bigger than one man raising his voice. It was a challenge to lawmakers who forget who put them there, a reminder that respect flows both ways. Homan didn't ask for a viral moment, he just refused to be silent. And maybe, just maybe, it's time more Americans did the same, because yeah, they work for us. Like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more content that cuts through the spin. We're just getting started.